Hey there, guys. It's Aussie Grim with the Gamers Grim, and it is a beautiful morning here in Valheim. And it's a perfect time to debut my newest mega build here on the Adventure Time server. If you look, we're here at the Kingdom of Balderrock, which I am currently building up. And we are at the city of Farsight, here at the far southern tip of the island. And we're going to do a walkthrough of the city of Farsight. I think I've pretty much got everything done within this city. It was a really fun build, but it's time to start winding down and put the finishing touches on it. And I believe that that is where we are at the moment. So as you can see here, we got ourselves a nice little farmhouse with a road that leads here into the city with some farms. There's the portal in. And of course, this is the road. If you follow that road, it will take you to Springdale and up into Balderrock and Lake Town. But we're going to do a really nice walkthrough of this city. It is a sort of a Dungeons and Dragons inspired city. I wanted to have all the accoutrement that comes with a really cool Dungeons and Dragons city with lots of buildings, and we've got high rises there which were really fun to build. You can see the outer wall here goes along. Utilizing some of the new Fireland stuff was nice. About 2/3 through this build, I was able to add some Fireland stuff. You can see the rest of the city over the river there, but we're going to go in through the main gate and down the main strip, because that's kind of what my goal was to create a city that had this one main thoroughfare with all these really cool vendors like you would get in a nice D&D game. Of course, we have the broken anvil blacksmith. There's the smith here, and he's got all his stuff out here. But one of the cool things about this is that the store, or the actual merchant, is above the blacksmith. So it was kind of cool to do that, and got that. And then I wanted to build a magic shop for a long time, the Curious Curios. And that's what I did. I built myself a really neat little magic shop. This is where you would come to maybe buy enchanted gear or potions and the like. And we'll continue down the main strip here to Meemaw's Bakery. Got ourselves a bakery. You can see that back there. And then we've got ourselves odds and ends. It's the trader. You can get all sorts of things here. And then, of course, the first bank of Farsight. I really wanted to use the new Fireland stuff, so I tore down the old bank and I built this new bank. I kind of like it. This new material can be a little bit temperamental as far as building really tall with it. So it's a little bit different from the regular stone. It seems to be more temperamental, so this did not end up as big as I wanted it to be, but you gotta roll with the punches, of course. So that's what I ended up with, but I think it's a cool little bank. Think of it more of a pawnbroker than an actual bank, but maybe they call themselves a bank to try to legitimize their position. And then, of course, we have the inn, which is really inspired by the inn that's in Baldur's Gate 3. But this is the Wayfair Tavern and Inn. It spreads across the road just like it does in Baldur's Gate 3, the game. And of course, there are rooms. There's 6 rooms in here for rent. There's 2 here on the bottom. And then across the road, you'll come into the main inn here. Very cool. Utilizing some of the spiral staircases. We'll get to see some of the spiral staircases that I kind of they can be a little temperamental as well. Just don't like to snap the way you want them to, but you come up in here, and then you can go across the road to the upper rooms, of course, and this room is a really nice room because it's got a balcony view of the docks and stuff such down there. Um, and then, of course, if we go around, we'll see we've got ourselves another room here that's available. And then we can go down here, through here, and then there's two more rooms here that you could rent. So it's a very, very cool little inn that sort of stretches across the road, and it, of course, looks down onto the docks, which we're going to go to right now. That, of course, is the main manor. We'll be headed over there here before too long. The governor of the city of Farsight would live there, but we got ourselves the dock. Got a what I call the Seaside Spirits. It's like a little dock, open air dock tavern or bar. And then, of course, I've got the curated coif, which is a barber for sailors to come in, and the dock authority, and some decorations, sort of some ships. It's a busy dock area. That's kind of how you think of it. Got some vendors here that sell soups and pies and sausages. So, and then, of course, we've got the little drain that goes under the wall there. We can scoot over here real quick because there is a gate that comes out to this side. It looks out over that farmland that we saw earlier, and that road wraps around and reconnects the road that heads towards Balderrock. So we'll just keep on moving. I think we'll go to the sky rises, the sort of skyscrapers. This is the big one. This one is 6 stories. I think I heard a little butthole somewhere. Let me see if I can find him, because they like to come out here and break my stuff. Yep, there's buttholes out here trying to break my things. Let's kill them real quick. Yeah, you guys need to stop. I'm trying to do a tour of the city. They literally spawn them in. I think I'm just going to do this really, really fast. I'll throw that down. Stop spawning near my stuff and breaking my things. But yeah, we'll head back in. We'll head to that 6-story apartment condominiums area. This one right here. This one was a lot of fun to build. Got it about as tall as I could get a structure of this size. But we've got the 4th, 5th, and 6th floors there, and then the 2nd and 3rd floors are there. I think I've got every room, every apartment properly decorated. But one of the things that I did here was I have a chimney that goes all the way up, if you can see it. And I kind of integrated that into where the doors go and where the stairs go around. And so it kind of gave this really cool effect of giving this big, tall building a chimney, and every apartment has its own fireplace as a result. And, it's a very livable space for lots and lots of people. Of course, here's the sort of penthouse area up here. It's a nice view over the dock as well as out over there towards the big, tall lighthouse, which I really enjoyed building. As frustrating as it was to build out over the water like that. Anybody who's done any significant building in this game will tell you that building out over the water is always a real treat, because it just bothers you all the time. But yeah, this one is this is a 5-story walk-up, or a 5-story condominium. It's about the same as this one, and then there's a 4-story one over here. I believe this is where I've been sleeping, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's where I've been sleeping, because it's right next to the gate. But we have a guardhouse here that will go up, and it connects with the wall. You see, got the wall here with these really interesting little arches. These again were really nice additions to the game, but this material is very temperamental. You can see that it's even just sitting on the stone here, it's orange. It's not very friendly without a lot of support. So for those of you who are planning on building with some of this new material, be aware that it is very, very angry when you put it up anywhere high. But it does look amazing, that's for sure. But what we'll do is we will head over. Do we want to go? Yeah, we'll just go straight and do the Lord's Manor over here. We'll do this real first. This is the beach. I wanted to have a boardwalk. Look, there's a really cool boardwalk that goes out with some beach. People can come to the beach down here, coming from the inn. It's just sort of a tourist city. But what we'll do is we'll head over to the Lord's Manor. This was a really fun build. This one was. I think this is probably one of the cooler houses that I've built. Just the way that it feels and looks, it just has an amazing tone to it. I think. Get a nice look at that a lighthouse that overlooks the bay. But this is the Lord's Manor, the back area. Got some stuff going on here. But we'll head in now to the Lord's Manor. And so we've got this really cool dining hall and like receiving hall for the Lord of the city of Farsight. But then over here we've got a series of spiraling staircases. So here down in the basement, of course, we have the servants' quarters and a full kitchen and bakery and a door that heads back out over here so that the house servants. I wanted to kind of create this sort of upstairs, downstairs vibe with this house, and I think I managed to accomplish that because what we'll do is we'll head up to the third floor, which is kind of interesting because it oversees or overlooks that area, that dining area. And of course, there are some rooms here for guests and for family, and so on and so forth. And then this tower goes up one more level, of course, which will take us up to the top floor, which is really, really a cool area here with balconies in all directions. A balcony that overlooks the lighthouse, of course, and then we've got a really cool balcony that overlooks the ocean there, and then there's a balcony that overlooks the bay, and of course a bed and a balcony that overlooks the city itself. This is a very cool house. You'll get to see more of it in the panoramics that I'll probably be doing. It'll either be before the walking tour or after the walking tour. I'll do a free fly recording of the cities. But I want to do a walkthrough to show people that you can legitimately just walk through the city and it functions as it should. There's not just fake things in the city. The only mod that I use, for those who are wondering, is Eternal Torches. Is the only mod that I use in my builds. I don't do any extra snapping mods or blueprint mods or any of that stuff. I wouldn't know the first thing about how to get any of that working to begin with. That's giving me way too much credit for the people who have either accused or asked me if I use mods like that. Nope, I can barely get Eternal Torches to work, and I'm too terrified to do anything because I've built so much on this server. I would be absolutely crestfallen if I suddenly lost everything. Especially due to a mod. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head across the bridge to the other district. We'll stop here real quick. There's a riverside gate, obviously, that goes out. And we'll cross the bridge like we see here. And we'll head over to what's called the Mudside District. Sort of in my head canon is the people who live on the far side or the Farsight side of the river are fairly wealthy, but the people who live in Mudside are a little more down on the economic totem pole. This is sort of the poorer side of the city that sort of sprung up around the fortress that was built on this side of the river to protect and defend the city, and we'll head up there. But Mudside is really cool. As much as I like the far side of the river, I really much prefer Mudside. This is where my people would live. And it was an amazingly good time to build into this geological or geographical part of the map. It's one of those little sections in the plains. It's got all these weird little hills and mountains with rivers that intertwine with it, and it was super fun to build into that. I'm not going to go too far out the gate because I have some ballista up there, and I have them set to kill all, so they will give me a good whack if I go out there right now. But this was a cool little fort to build, and it's got this sort of really amazing sort of visual as you come into the city, like you see here coming down and coming into the city of Farsight. But we're going to go ahead and do a walking tour of the Mudside district. Here you see. And boy, is it the perfect time of day. Uh-oh, we got some buttheads. Let's go ahead and kill them. They just don't know when to stop. But yes, it is an absolute perfect time to be making the walk through Mudside because Mudside looks absolutely amazing at night. Just these nice little cloisters of homes that are sort of built into the sides of these hills and rocks, sort of cloistered around this fortress for security. I really went out of my way to try not to do any sort of terraforming in these geological features, so that way I could really take advantage of the ups and downs and arounds. Like you say here, we got these different paths that go into these different houses. But yes, super fun to build. A little tedious. Took me quite a while to get this done, as you'd imagine. But it was, I think, the end result, as you can see here, was totally worth it. So we'll keep on going. Some of these areas, like this little area here, was suggested by my friend. He wanted a little house sort of tucked up under the bridge there like that, and I took him up on it, and it really did work out, I think. So, and got some houses up here. I think some of the houses here, maybe these are where some of the people that live in Mudside that do got a little bit of money, so they can afford a little bit nicer stuff. So, you know, it's nice, but these overhangs and platforms make the area look really cool. So we're just going to keep on going through Mudside so you guys get a real good indication of how this just looks and feels. It's such a fun little area, if I'm going to be honest with you. We'll keep on going, and we'll head into what I think of as like the slums, where the poorest of the poor live down here in the drain, just where the lowliest of the low have to sort of subsist on the bare minimum. But it was kind of fun. Oh, somebody's up there getting shot. They really like to come out in full force when I'm doing these videos. It's very frustrating. I'll build for 6-7 hours without any sort of problems, and then when I'm trying to record a video, these little turds will show up in mass and start breaking things. It's just sort of how it works, I guess. But yeah, lots of little winding areas that you can get to get up to these little different houses. But yeah, so we'll just keep on going for now. Although there's not a lot left. So we'll head up. I think once we go past the storage, we can head up here. There's a couple more little houses. Yeah. What a perfect time to come through Mudside. So I kind of think of this as like a fairly well-to-do house. They're right on the edge of the slums. Probably should have put a light up on that one. Let's just do that now. It needs a light. There we go. Yeah. It's a little crooked. We'll come back and fix it later. But that is Mudside. Woo! Look at that. I really just love this causeway as it comes down out of the fort. I really do. If you were to follow, I'm going to continue this road on, and if you can see, this road will connect to High Keep, and then we'll go on up to Tiersgard. And you can see Tiersgard in another video. It is my dwarven city in the mountains. So what we'll do is we will head over to the middle, because I think that's the best place, is if I go on the bridge, and then we will do some free flying. Make sure I spell it properly. We'll do a free fly. And then we will fly around the city. Because what a perfect time to do that. So here is Mudside from well above the ground. I bet I could eat another bite. And there's those ballista. They will bite you. I've been bitten by them a couple of times. And then we'll cross the river over into the primary or principal city of Farsight. The lights are all popping in. Of course, there's that Lord's Manor. Very fun build. I think it looks really cool out on that last little island, archipelagos, just before you get to the lighthouse there. Oh, world save. But and here's something. Oh, that's where the edge of the map is for where my guy is. I regrassed some of my farm land, and then I didn't regrass this one. I think when you do farmland, you leave it brown because I don't know, you can't really see the flax that's in there. But I thought it would be kind of cool. It works with the onions, where you get this sort of cool, colorful effect without losing the sort of golden hue of the plains. But live and you learn. I'm not going to go back through and redo all of this. So, but we'll go just like this. Such a good looking city from above. Yeah, such a fun build. But yeah, guys, that is Farsight. Thanks again for coming along. I know it's been a while since I put out a Valheim video, but as you can imagine, big giant projects like this take a really long time. And of course, I'm working on multiple projects at any given time. So when I get one done, I'm definitely going to share it with you guys uh, because I enjoy doing so. And I hope that you enjoy coming along and seeing the work that I put in on some of these little builds that I do. Uh, so make sure that you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. I really enjoy doing YouTube, so I really need to motivate and incentivize myself to do so by getting subscriptions and maybe someday having an excuse to do this for more than just fun on the side. But at the current time, that's all it is. It's just something that I do because I just enjoy it. So thanks again for coming along. This has been Aussie Grim with the Gamers Grim, and we'll see you next time.